Alright, Chapter 6, Rigging. Non-resident train course Steelworker, Volume 2, NAVEDTRA14251. Distribution statement approved for public release. Distribution unlimited. Chapter 6, Rigging. Alright, rigging is the method of handling materials by fiber line, wire, rope, and associated equipment. Fiber line, wire, rope is discussed in Chapter 4 and 5. We'll now discuss how the materials equipment can be used with the various tackle, lever arrangements, form fundamental rigging necessary to move with heavy loads. Additional, with the discuss the makeup of the block and tackle, the reeving or procedure of the common type of tackle arrangements and information. Also provide on other common type of weight handling devices such as sling spreaders, pallets, jacks, planks, rollers, blocking, gripping, and scaffold. Safety as paramount importance. You will be briefly throughout the chapter safety measures observed that pertain to the various operations, particular equipment that we are discussing. Also, the formulas given the use of the calculating working loads, various weight moving devices such as hooks, shackles, chains, so on, eighth railing with a critical link with the weight handling process, block and tackle. The most commonly used mechanical device, block tackle. A block figure 6-1 consists of one or more sheaths fitted within a wood metal frame supported with tracks and served with the traps of so parts of a fiber line of a block are your hook, your P, inner strap, outer strap, your swallow, your shell, cheek, pin, faces, sheave, breech, bracket, and thimble. A tackle is the assembly of the blocks and lines used to gain mechanical advantage lifting and pulling. A mechanical advantage of the machine, the amount of the machine can pull, multi-force you with the lift, the move of the load, strength of an individual determines the weight he or she can push or pull. Ability to push or pull the referred to the amount of force an individual can exert to move any load. The heavier the force you can exert, that requires the use of the machine that can provide a mechanical advantage to multiply the force you can apply. If you use the machine that can produce the push or pull of the object with 10 times greater than the force you apply with the machine has a mechanical advantage of 10. For example, the downward pull or block tackle that assembly requires 10 pounds force to raise 100 pounds assembly with a mechanical advantage of 10. Tackle assembly lines are reeved over the sheave blocks. The two types of tackle system, simple compound, simple tackle system assembly blocks, in which single line is used, and figure 6.2 view A, compound tackle system assembly blocks, which more than one line is used, figure 6.2 view B. Tackles A, simple tackle, tackle B, compound tackle. Terms described in the part of the tackle, figure 6.3 varies with the assembly of the tackle, are foul with the tackle, block with the tackle, assembly chain with the direction pull provides mechanical advantage of both. The fall is either the wire rope with the fiber line reeved through a pair of blocks of the form of the tackle. The hauling part of the fall is the lead from the block upon which power is exerted with a fixed and standing block with the end of it attached with the bracket. With the move of the running of the block over the tackle is block tackle, the fixed object or support when a tackle is being used. Movable block moves if the fixed block remains stationary with a frame or shell made of wood and metal with a heave of the house of the sheave. Sheave of the round and ground wheel over the line runs if usually blocks 1 or 2 or 3 or more sheave. Some of the blocks have up to 11 sheaves. These checks are solid sides of the frame or shelves. The pin of the metal axle sheave turns on. It runs on the cheek through the middle of the sheave. So figure 6.3 shows the parts of the tackle. You have a fixed standing block, a hook, a hauling part, standing parts, and falls, movable running block, and hook. The bucket is a metal loop formed with one end of the bolt end of the block. Standing part of the line is fastened with the back of the strips end with the outer of the hole of the block together with the support of the pin over the which the sheave to rotate the shell of the opening on the block through which the line passes. Breech is part of the block opposite of the swell with the overhaul means of the length of the tackle pulling with the two blocks a part of the round mains with the bring of the backs blocks and the tackle toward each other usually without a load of the tackle opposite overhaul with the term two block meaning that the both blocks with the tackle are close together as you can see. As you can go, you may also hear the term called block and block. Block construction. Block construction are constructed with the use of the fiber line and wire rope. Wire rope heavily constructed with a heavy large sheave with a deep groove. The fiber line grooves blocks are generally not as heavily constructed as wire rope blocks and small sheave. They have a shallow with a wide gauge for the large sleeve. They have the need of the wire rope preventing sharp bending. Since fiber line is more flexible and pliable and does not require a sheave as large as the same size as the wire rope requires. According to the number of sheave, the blocks are single, double, and triple. The blocks are limited number of attachments for the hooks and shackle the eye-rings in figure 6.4 shows. 6.4 shows the heavy block on the middle of the snatch block and then wire rope double slag. double block. 2 metal frame with a heavy-duty block A, the design metal island, block B, wire rope, block-to-line ratio. Side with the fiber line block with the designated with the length of an inch with a shell with a check with the side with the tan wire break block with the control with the diameter with the rope with the on chain with special purpose wire and block with the side with the file with a measuring with the diameter 1 sheet in inches. Use care selecting proper side of the wire to block sheave. Used if the fiber line reeve is untackle with the blue sheave is below with a certain minimum diameter line become with a disorder called for the unnecessary wear wire rope large to the sheave tends to pinch for the damage of the sheave. Also with the wire damage because of the radius of the bend of the too short of the wire rope too small with the sheave lacks necessary with the bearing surface. Puts a strain only on the few strands shortens the life of the wire. With the fiber line, length of the block should be about 3 times the circumference of the line. However, the inch of the it does not matter with much more. For example, 3-inch line may be reeved on an 8-inch block with no ill effects. Normally, you are more likely to over the block side than a sheave diameter. However, the size of the sheave diameter should be about twice the size of the circumference of the line used. When the wire rope manufacturers issue tables to give the proper sheave diameter, sheave the various type of the side of the wire rope by the manufacturer. In the absence of the rule of thumb is that the sheave diameter should be at least 20 times the diameter of the wire. Remember, the wire rope is in the diameter rather than the circumference of the rope. The rule refers to the diameter of sheave rather than to the size of the block and is with the line. Type of the block. Standing block of the block that is connected to a fixed object. Traveling block. A block that is connected to the load being lifted. Also move the load is moved. Snatch block. A single sheave with a fabricated shell opens with the slide of the base of the hook and allow the rope to slip over the sheave without holding. Threading end of the block. Snatch. Blocks are also used necessary to change the direction of the pull of the line. Figure 6.5 shows snatch blocks with swivel. Shackle closed position, rear view showing open position, and with swivel hook closed position. Reeving blocks. Reeving the block is a simple tackle you must with the blade with the blocks and the few part of the block should be placed down with the sheave of the right angle with each with the other back bonds pointing toward each other. The starting sheave leave the standing part of the fall through one sheave of the block that has the gray stone with the sheave of the beginning the block fitted with the bracket. Next passing standing part of the round the sheave of the one block to another, making sure that no lines will cross until all the sheaves have the lines passing over them. No secure standing of the falls with the bracket with the block have the fewest numbers of the sheave of the bracket hitch with the hitch the temporary screw and the eye splicing permanent screwing. When blocks have 2 or more sheave of the standing part of the falls of the lead through with the sheave of the closest to the center of the block. This places the strain over the center of the block and prevents the block from toppling lines with being shafted, cut through with the rubbing edge of the block. Fills are normally reeved the 8-inch or 10-inch wood metal blocks in such a way that they have the lower block right angle of the upper 2 sheave of the blocks. Traditional arrangement method of reeving is shown in figure 6.6. The hauling part of the going through the middle sheave of the upper block with the block will tilt to the side and the fills within the jam under the load. Figure 3 and 2 sheave block rigging used in the method of reeving almost as shown in figure 6.6, but the back of the dead man must be lower instead of the upper block. And the reeving of 3 sheave blocks, hauling part 1, 2, and 3. When you reeve blocks before you swipe the bucket, then you'll have the reeve the entire fall throughout the opposite end of the shape of the appearance of the bucket block with a grommet is the better to take out with a substitute with a heart-shaped thimble. Splice with the tapered eye, splice with the warm parts of the serve with the splice if you want a sharp-looking job. Type of the tackle. Single whip of the tackle consists of one single sheave block, tail block attached to the support with line passing over the figure 6/7 over the head with the mechanical advantage of one load of 50 pounds. Where to be lifted would require 50 pounds of force to lift the pole, allowing for friction. A runner is a single sheave of the movable block with the free of the move along the line from which to row with the mechanical advantage of 2. The gun tackle. Gun tackle is made with the 2 single sheave of the block with the name of the tackle orientated with being used in the old days of muzzle loading guns. After the guns were fired and reloaded, the tackle was used to hold the guns back to the battery. Gun tackle was a mechanical advantage of 2, therefore the lifting gun was weighing 200 pounds required with a force of 100 pounds without others considering friction. By inverting any tackle, you should gain the mechanical advantage of 1. This occurs because of the number of the parts of the movable block has increased. Inverting a gun tackle example to show gain with a mechanical advantage of 3. With the tackle inverted, the direction of pull with it always difficult. This can be overcome easily with the snatch block. Change the direction of the pull, but it does not increase the mechanical advantage. Single lift muffled tackle consists of double, so in single block with the type of the tackle has mechanical advantages of 3. So 6A shows the single whip tackle and 6A shows the gun tackle. Figure 6-9 shows an inverted gun tackle with a snatch block, and two-fold purchase takes consists of two double blocks and it's a mechanical advantage of 4. 6-11, the two-fold purchase. A double up takes control consists of triple block and a double block also the mechanical advantage of 5. So A shows a single left tackle and a double left tackle. The threefold purchase consists of the triple block with a mechanical advantage of stick, with the compound tackle with the rigging, the system that uses more than one line with a two or more block compound system made up with a two or more simple system with a fall line with one simple system. Is secured with a hook with a traveling block with another simple system which we have with one or more blocks. To determine the mechanical advantage of the compound tackle system, you must determine the mechanical advantage of each simple system and the compound system next multiply with the individual advantage getting over the mechanical advantage. As with example, the two inverted love tackles each have the mechanical advantage of 4, therefore the mechanical advantage of the particular compound system would be 4 times 4 is 16. Show the 6-13 show the threefold purchased, and then allowance for the friction. Because of the friction, sum of the force applied with the tackles, low with the friction above with the tackle with the line, with the rubbing against each other with the shell with the block, with the also called with the line passing over the sheave with the rubbing of pin against the sheave, each of the sheave of the tackle system expected with the create with the resistance equal to 10% of the weight of the load. Because of the friction efficient and allowance of the loss must be added to the weight being moved to determine the power required to move. The example that you have lifted a 1,000-pound load with a two-fold purchase with determining the total force needed to lift the load. You take the 10% of the 1,000 pounds, which is the 100 pound with the figure multiplied by 4 number of the sheave that gives the 400 pound with the value of the additive load. Therefore, the total load is 1,400 pounds, but the figure is divided by 4 with the mechanical advantage of two-fold purchase will result in 3,350 pounds being force required to move the load. Block safety. Safety rules should be followed with the use of the blocks and tackle with this. Follow with always trust safety with the hoisting the moving the heavy object with the around personnel with the block tackle. Always check the condition of blocks and sheave before you do the job to make sure that they are in safe working order. Sheave the blocks are properly greased. Also make sure that the line with the sheave the right side of the job. Remember the sheave of the drums which have become worn, chip the corrugated must not be used to cover the injury of the line. Always find out whether enough of the mechanical advantage of the mount with the block to make the load easily to handle as possible. You must not use the wire rope and sheave the block designed with the fiber line with the knot strong enough for the type of serve of the wire rope to not properly sheave the groove. Likewise, sheave the blocks bolt with the wire rope should never be used on fire or line. Slings are widely used for the hoisting and moving the heavy load. Some of the types of slings can be already made with the slings maybe made of wire rope, fiber, line, or chain. Slings and rigging gear kits. The Navy Construction Force has slings of the rigging gear battalion tableau allowance for the support rigging operation listed with the CESE. The kits are 80104, 84003, 84004. Must remain in custody of supply officer to a certain central tool room. Designated embarkment staff of the crane test director monitor condition of the rigging gear of the rigging kits must be stored under cover. Wire rope slings offer the advantage of the both strength and flexibility quality of the wire rope to adequately meet the requirements of the most crane hoisting job. Therefore, you will use wire rope slings more frequently than the fiber line chain slings. Fiber line slings are flexible, protective finished material with more than wire rope slings. However, the fiber lines are not stronger than a wire rope or string or chain slings. Also, fiber lines are more likely to be damaged sharp edge with the material being hoisted with the wire rope or the chain slings. Chain slings are frequently used with hoisting with heavy steel items such as the rails, pipe, beams with an angle, but they have also a handy sling. Hot loads and handling loads with a sharp edge for them might be cut with the wire rope chain side with the inspection side with the workload handling care with the discussed earlier after with the wire rope and fiber line with the character side with the discussed in the previous chapter. Using wire rope and fiber line slings. The type of the fiber line with the wire rope slings commonly used with the lifted with loads, the endless and single load with the brittle sling, with the endless sling with the usually referred to the slurm can be made splicing with the end of the piece of the fiber line with the wire rope to end the slope with the end of the endless sling with the easy handle with the used with the choker hitch figure 614. 614 show the end of the sling rigged at the choker hitch. Single leg sling, commonly referred to with a strap that can be made forming and spliced out with each of the end of the piece of the fiber line and with the wire rope. Sometimes the end of the piece of the wire rope sliced into the eyes with around the thumbles with one eye with a fastened hook with a shackle with arrangement with a shackle and a hook with a removable sling leg sling may be used with a choker hitch of the figure 615 view A with the hoisting passing one eye through the other eye over the hoisting hook. The single line sling is also used with the double anchor hitch figure 1615B. Double anchor hitch works. 16A shows the choker hitch and 16B shows the double anchor hitch. When hoisting drums over the cylindrical objects, lifting sling might be tight enough to open itself with unrestrained lift the friction against the side of the object. Single line slings can be used with various types of bridges, brittles. The common use of the brittles are shown in Figure 616. Either two or more single slings may be given the combination. Brittle hitch figure provides excellent loadable stability with the load distributed equally among each leg with a load hook directly over the center of the gravity of the load. The load is raised level. The use of the brittle slings. Bridle slings requires the sling angles carefully determined to ensure the individual lengths of the not overloaded note. It is wrong to conclude that 3 or 4 leg bridle safety lift load equal to save the load of the leg multiplied by the number of the legs. This is because of the way of knowing that each of the legs is carrying out the share of the load. With the 4-legged bridles, sling the lifting of the rigid load with the possible the 2 legs support, and practically with the full load with the other 2 legs with the only balance strongly recommended with the rated capacity of the 2-leg brittle system listed within the CompuSec 11211B with the save the working load for the 3 or 4 bridle hitches. 616 shows multiple leg brittle strings. Sling inspection. All slings must be visually inspected with the object for the unsafe conditions before each use. If it is determination, remove the sling with the surface required with experience with a good judgment, especially evaluating remaining strength. And a sling after along with the normal aware of the safety of the sling depends primarily on the remaining strength of the wire rope sling that must be immediately removed with the surface if any of the following conditions are present. 6 randomly distributed broken wires and 1 with a rope lay with 3 broken wires and 1 strand and 1 lay. Wear or scraping on one of the third original diameter outside of the individual wear, kinking, crushing, lay, birded, caging, any other damage result of the distortion wire rope. The evidence of the heated damage end hitch attachments cracked to form worn hooks have obviously abnormal use of 15% of the original specification throw with the opening measure with the nearest point with a twist with more than 10 degrees with the plain unbent hook, corrosion wire rope sling or end attachments to avoid confusion with eliminate both. You must do with the not downgrade sling with lower rated capacity. The sling must be removed from service if it cannot safely lift low capacity for which is the rated of the slings and the hooks removed with the surface must be destroyed by cutting them before disposal. This ensures the inadvertent use by any another unit. When a leg, multiple leg, the bridle sling of the unsafe, you only have to destroy the damage unsafe legs. You have the capability to fabricate a replacement leg for the field, to provide with a wire rope replacement compliance specification. Navy construction force, hydraulic swagging, splice kitting, and battalion table allowance kit. The 892 contained with the tools with equipment necessary to fabricate 3/8 through SS inches size of wire rope sling. Before use, all fabricated slings must be proof tested as outlined in CompuSec 2nd and 3rd NCB Institution 11211. Proof testing slings, all field fabricated slings terminated with the mechanical spills and splices pressed and swagged. Terminals must prove the test of the before splicing and swinging the initial serve of the carrot comes 2nd and 3rd instigation level 200 or level has rated capacity in charts and glove with the numbers for wire rope classification must know the diameter rope or construct with the type of the core of the grade of life of the wire rope is before the referring to chart with the charts provide with the vertical rated capacity of the sling the test weight of the single leg bridle slings and endless sling with its vertical rated capacity or VRC multiplied 2 vertical rated capacity times 2 with the sling to get the sling test weight. Test level of the multiple lead bridle slings must be applied with the individual legs must be the 2 times with the vertical rated capacity. Single leg swing in the same size grade with wire rope construction. Slings ringing on the broken out with the 2OA for the use of the must be improved test of the tag before being returned to the central tool room for storage. Check for the fiber line slings of the same signs of deterioration caused by the exposure of the weather of the either none of the fibers have them broken cut with the sharp edge of the object. Slinging safe working loads. There are formulas with the estimate of the loads on most sling configuration formulas made with the safe working load with the sling. Vertical hitch particular sling with the efficiency of the end fittings you also use with the conservative determinant of the capacity of the combination formula you with the compute with the safe working load brittle hitch a bridle hitch with 2 or 3 or 4 legs so safe working load with a single single hitch for the times 2 the height divided by the length of times 2 with a single weight safe working load when the single legs are not equal to the length of the smallest height and load measurement. The formula with the 2 leg bridle hitch with a strongly recommended also be with the 3 and the 4-legged hitch. Note, do not forget the wrongness to assume that the 3 or 4-legged hitch can be safely loaded equally safe load with one leg multiplied by the number of the legs. While other formulas as follows: single basket hitch for vertical legs, figure 618. Standard working load, single vertical hitch times 2 with a single incline leg. Safe working load, single vertical hitch times the height divided by the length. Height divided by the length by times 4 to double the basket hitch of the figure 619. So vertical leg, safe working load, single vertical hitch times 4. For incline leg, safe working load, single vertical hitch times the height divided by the length times 4. Single choker hitch slings the angle with the 45 degrees or more. Safe working load of the single vertical hitch times 3/4 or 7.5 sling angle less than 45 degrees are not recommended. However, they are used in formulas as follows. Safe working load of the single vertical hitch with the AB. Double choker hitch figure 621 over the single angle of the 45 degrees. Safe working load of the single vertical hitch with 3 divided by 4 times the height divided by the length times 2. Swing angle is left in the 45 degrees. Safe working load single vertical hitch divided by the base for the height divided by the length times the 2. When lifting the heavy load, you should be ensure the bottom of the sling and lead faster with the load to prevent the damage of the load with the bottom piece of the equipment. The eyes faster than during the process of the manufacture. Aid lifting when the sum of the load should be the hose, fastening with a hook of the eye to one end of the end of each sling. Like suffice it to secure the sling of the load. Use the protective pad with the fiber line wire rope to expose the sharp edge of the corners of the load. Piece of the wood, old rubber tire with the fine with a padding sling angle. When using slings, remember the greater the angle of the vertical, the greater the stress on the sling legs. The factor is shown figure 622. Show the leg bridle hitches. 617 show the bridle hitch of the sling capacity. The rated capacity of the aim sling depends on the side of the configuration angle of the form of the leg with the sling with a horizontal sling with the tube of the legs. The lift of the 1,000 pound object will have the 500 pound load on each leg. Sling angle with a 90 degree with the load strength of each of the leg is increased with the angle with the degree. For example, the sling angle of 30 degrees lift. The same as a 1,000 pound object, 1,000 pound object in each level. Try to keep all of the sling angles greater than 45 degree angles. Sling angles approaching 30 degrees are considered extremely hazardous, must be avoided. Storage. Wire rope slings associated with the hard rope must store each of the coil reels hung in the rigging with the left and right from the rack and indoor for the protect with the form of the corrosive or other type of damage such as kinking, being back over. Slings are not to be left out of the end of the workday. Chains are made up of links fastened from each link of the fabricated wire bent into the oval weld together. The weld usually comes to a slight bulge in the side of the end of the link chains out of the further diameter an inch of the wire and the U of the fabricated the chain with a Navy construction force and every U of the chains when possible. The wire rope chain that does not give it any warning but also about the fail of the wire. Of the other hand, follows the train at the time to give it the warning before the failure actually occurred with the note. Although the train go with the warning with the failure, best suited with the wire rope with the moment of the job of the chain more resistant to abrasion, corrosion than with the heat of the additional U of the chains lift the heat of the object for the sharp edge of the cut, cold of the cut, or hot wear and chains are used as a sling and a little flexible, but grips are loaded well. Chain inspection. First, you might have to be aware of the chains normally stripped around it, except for the loading and individual links being slightly. Therefore, the bent links of the boarding of the chain has been overloaded many times. Feel suddenly under load before lifting with the chain with a make sure the chain with a head free with a twist with the kinks with the twisted kink. Chain placed on the truss could fail with even when a heavy handling a light load. Additional ensure with the load with the properly sealed with the hook not on the point with the chain is free with the nicks of the other damage. Avoid sudden jerks of the lifting and lowering of the load. Always consider again lifting with a sling with a chain bridle. Strength with any chain negatively affected when the knotted to overloaded with the heat with the temperatures above 500 degrees. 619 show with the termination double basket hitch sling capacity and figure 620 show the determination single choker sling capacity. Chain safe with working load. Determine the safe with working load over the chain that apply with the factor safety braking strength with the safe with working load. Ordinarily 1/6 with the braking strength with a given safety factor of 6. Table 6-1. Pass with the open link chain with the approximated give the full rule of thumb. Safe loading word load 8 times the diameter, smallest diameter in inches squared times 1 ton. Safe with working load in tons. If you use the rule of thumb, the safe working capacity chain with a diameter of 3/4 inches, follow the safe working load at 8 times the diameter squared, 8 times 3/4 inch, equal to 4.5 tons or 9,000 pounds. The figure assumed that the load was applied with the trade pull with the resonant impact. The impact load was when object suddenly dropped from a distance. And show the 621 determination double choker hitch sling capacity. 622 show the truss slings various vertical angles, side 5 table 6-1 safe working load chains. and stop the impact load several times the weight of the load, handling with the care of the chains. When the hoisting heavy metal objects that even the chain with the sling with the should insert the pending around with the sharp arm with the load to protect with the chain link with being cut with the sword with the chain with the clean dry plate with the weld, do not expel with the web with the before storage supply with the light with the coat, lubricant to prevent earth, do not perform the makeshift that repairs up with the fastening link with the chain with the give with the bolts or wire with when links are become worn or damaged, cut them out of the chain with the fastening the two nearby links together with a connecting link. After the connecting link is cut with the welding makes it stronger as the other link with the cutting small size chain link for the using bolt cutters to cut large size links. Use a hacksaw and inspect with a chainsaw with the new to maintain the safety operation conditions. Chain with the continuous heavy loading with it to be inspected. Frequently chains are less reliable than manila or less reliable than manila or wire rope slings because the links may crystallize and snap without warning. Examine the chain closely, link with the link of the hook with the stress the wear, distortion, cracks, nicks, and gaps where it's usually found at the ends of the links, wherever the joining links were armed together. If you find any wear, lift each of the link, measure it in cross section, remove the chain with the strip when any of the links show the wear from more than 25% of the thickness of the metal. Replace any of the links show the crack, the distortion, nick with the half of the chain show the scratching, the distortion, more than 5% of the 5 link section, the discard, destroy the entire chain. Remove the chain and serve any of the links show the sign of the bit, binding junction points, the binding of the condition, indicate the side of the links have the collapse of the result of the chain scratching. Before lifting a chain, first plate with the done, patch room of the chain with the load to provide with the gripping strip for hoisting a heavy metal object with a chain. Always use the shafting geared around with the sharp corners of the load to protect the chain links from being cut with the shafting gear with either plank with a heavy fabric handling rails. Number the length of the pipes to make it the round turn the place for the hook around the chain as shown in figure 623. Additional lifting equipment, additional block tackle, sling with the chain with a hook shackle beneath the clamps, and use the lifting object with material of the hooks. There are two types of hooks available: the slip hook and the grab hook. Slip hooks are made of the inside of the curve of the hook and the inside of the arc of the circle. Either the wire rope, the chain with the fiber line chain links can slip through, or the slip hook, so that loop formed in the chain can be tightened under a load. Figure 623 shows a chain sting. 624 shows the hooks, a slip hook, and a grab hook. And you see the mouth and the throat. Alright, grab hooks. Grab hooks have the inside of the curve almost U-shaped with the head of the hook will slip over the link of the edge wave now allow the next link to slip past. Grab hooks must have a more limited range of the slip hooks. They're used extensively when loops are formed in a chain that are not intended to close around the load. Mousing hook. As a rule, the hook should always be measured with a safety measure to prevent slinging from a line formally coming on with a mousing hook. Mousing also helps prevent straightening of the hook, but does not add strength with the hook. To mouse a hook, figure 625. After sling is on the hook, you should wrap the wire in small stuff with 8 to 10 turns around the two sides of the hook. Mousing a hook, figure 625, is then completed winding several turns around the wire, small stuff with the tying the end of the securely. Inspection. Hooks should be inspected with at least once monthly by those with heavy continuous loading should be inspected with more frequently. Attention must be given to small various feet. Those next to the hook with a deviation original inner arc with additional each hook must be examined. The small with the end, the crack, sharp, the nick with the bore, and surface with the distortion, and even the defect of the pressure of the hooks may be discarded. Hook string with a normal lead with a string with an evidence with a deviation inner arc with a hook with the evidence with an indicate with a hook with an overload evidence overloading it is even the text over the customer even the hook of the waker with the chain it's attached even the system of the distortion of the hook will occur before the hook is overloaded the distort of the crack badly work. Hook is dangerous should be discarded immediately with the safe of the working load hook with formulated even the following rule with the thumb safe working load at 2/3 times the diameter squared times 1 time diameter in inch of the hook at the inside of the hook is starts to the arc and then figure 626 below its example the safe of the working capacity hook the diameter 5/8 of an inch. Shift the hook diameter diameter squared times 5/8 of an inch times 5/8 of the 2564. Safe with working load 2/3 times 2564 times 1 ton and 2596 of the S6404 ton. 64.2604 tons times 2,000 pounds of the ton, 520 pounds. Metric system formula safe of the working load. The hooks for the safe working load is 0.46 times the diameter squared times 1 ton. Below the example, the safe working capacity hook of the diameter 1/5 of an inch. Shackles, so there should be used with loads with the heavy hooks and handles that provide a useful way of attaching, hauling, lifting, and loading without tying the directly object of the line, wire, hook, or chain. Additionally, they can be attached wire, rope, and line of the chain. Safe working load of shackle, the formula competing safe with working load of shackle is found with a safe working load of 3 times the diameter squared times 1 ton. And it shows the 2 types of shackle, the anchor and the chain. Screw pin anchor. Round pin anchor shackle with a cotter pin, screw pin chain shackle, round pin chain shackle with a cotter pin. Diameter 5/8 of an inch, 5/8 of an inch squared times equals 2564. Safe working load 3 times 12, 2564 times 1 ton. Gives you 1.1719 tons. The safe working load of 1.71 times ton with 2,000 pounds, 2,334 pounds. Metric system, and then notes a hook or shackle can actually lift more than the formulas allow. The formulas give you a safe working load under any condition. Mousing shackles, one of the dangerous shackle pins working loose coming out of the vibration to mouse the shackle properly. You would take several turns of seizing wire the eye with the pin around the back of the bow of the shackle. Show the proper mouse shackle look like. Show the 6/8 of the shackle, mousing a shackle. Alright, beams and clamps. Steel workers required to move the handle, maneuver the beams, and seal the shape of the offloading the steel of the vehicle with the touring of the other further use of the beams and clamps. More practically, even than slinging the choke, especially with the flange or only with the available parts of the load. Show 3 different types of the beam clamp. A, show the clamp the design with the beam with a flat flange, either the iron H clamp with the B, maybe even the beam with a circular cross section, area with the where that only one side of the flange is accessible. View C, show the clamp the useful connection with the column with the stanch block attached with the clamp shown and fabricated in the shop and field. Hooks and shackles on the beam clamps can move with the braided capacity of the standard working load permanently sensible on them. OSHA indication of the tags can be acquired with no call for the import or human to California or the CompuSec of the NCE, the Gulfport, Mississippi Metal with the tab of the authorized provide the required information stamped on the tags. Other lifting equipment, other devices for the moving equipment are involved with the spreader bar with pallets and jacks, planks, and with the roller, blocks, and crimping and scaffolds. These type of the beam clamps show in A, B, and C. Spreader bars. The hoisting sling with a spreader over the head to prevent crushing damage of the below. Spreader bars are the short bar with pipes that easily fasten to the end of the setting a spreader bar and the sling above the top of the load. Figure 631 chain with the angle of the sling leg with avoid crushing load, particularly with the upper portion. Spreader bars are often used for lifting long, oversized objects to control the sling angle. As shown in figure 632 with the spreads are even to make sure that you don't over the end connection spread with the have the rated capacity the same hook as shackle with a good rule of thumb and thickness on the spare connection should be the same in the thickness of the shackle pin. 632 show the spare bar even the oversized load. Pallets coming, cargo pallets coupled with a sling with an immense for the advantage for the job that involved moving a lot of small items. Spread bar that can also be the avoiding damage of the pallet and low of the pallet supply with a small platform where the number of items can be placed. Then move the whole instead of the bit by piece palletized and clearly easier, faster for the moving each item itself. Common package of the same size with the palletized together would ship the remaining of the pallet until they are used up. They may not have the luxury of having excess pallets at the job site. Using spreader bars. However, you need to use several to work efficiently with the 1 meter load with the prior load with the being lifted after each pallet with its unload with the hoist wheel with the return with the reloading of the 2 pallets that you are able to maintain with the steady flow of the material. 1/7 of the slings will be able to handle with a number of pallets. Jacks to be able to place scripting and skid with the roller with the need to be able to lift the load short diff than jacks are the design of the built with the purpose of the jacks are also even precise placement heavy loads such as the beams of the raising and lowering heavy loads are short. This is the number of the different style with the jack available to have the heavy duty hydraulic with the screw jacks should be even the number of the jack load with determine the weight of the load with the braided capacity of the jacks for the jacks have the solid footing and not sealed back to little slipping. Jacks available capacity of 5 to 100 tons. The small capacity jumps jacks are normally operated through the rack of the bar with a screw with the large capacity jack that are usually operated hydraulically. Figure 634. The type of the jack for the Steelworker is shown on the ratchet type lever jack. The rack bar having the rated capacity with the 15 ton of the jacks have the fork foot lift which load the goes for the base for the jack will be engaged in figure 634 view A. Steamboat jack, steamboat ratchets referred to as pushing or pulling jacks. The ratchet screw jacks for the 10 rated come past the end fitting of the permit with the pulling together the part with the pulling them apart. Putting them parts together and pulling them apart. They are primarily used for the tightening lines of the lashing and for the threading of the bracing parts and brake construction. Figure 634, View B. Screw jacks are rated at 12-ton capacity, approximately 13 inches high, and the close and the shape of the rising is 7 inches. The jacks are used for general purpose, including steel erection. Figure 634, View C. Hydraulic jacks are available in more different capacities used in general. 634, View D. 634, A is the ratchet lever jack, B is a steamboat ratchet, 6 is a screw jack, and D is a hydraulic jack. Alright, 635, using planks and rollers. We have a cradle timber and plank and rollers. Planks and rollers provide with the excellent with the means for the moving heavy loads to the ground with the job site with the floor of the shop. Oak planks for the approximately most operation involve planks. Give the planks 15 feet long with 2 by 3 inches thick, which should be suitable for the distributed weight of the load, but also provide a smooth runway surface to which skip the load long with the which the use of the rollers takes except for the required to move the load. Timber skip the plate for longitude with the under heavy load, strip the weight over the greater over the angle with the skip of the most kept low with the prevent load with the drifting of the getting over the control skip the grease. The only when the horizontal movement is involved with extreme care must be exercised. Most circumstances for the grease with the inherently dangerous also cause the lead to drift the sideways suddenly with the causing injury to the person with the damage of the equipment. Hard wood and pipe roller that can be used with the conjunction of the planks give the most heavy load within position plank with the replaced with the roller to provide the smooth continuous surface to enable them to roll easily. Rollers must be smooth around and able to even the movement long enough to pass completely under the load. The load should be a support with the longitudinal wooden member to provide smoother upper surface of the rollers to roll on. Skids placed underneath the must form a continuous support. Normal practice with the 4 to 6 rollers with under the load to be moved. Several rollers should be placed with the front of the load. Loaded slowly rolled onto the rollers. The load passes the rollers left the clever. The load will then picked up the move the front of the load with the create the continuous path of roll of the turns must be used. The rollers first of the front rollers must be included with a slightly direction with the turn of the rear of the rollers opposite of the direction inclination. The rollers may be made to strike with a sharp with a sledgehammer with the rollers have them fabricated and set with the axle side beam set by a permanent conveyor for the heavier lighter loads. Permanent metal roller conveyors are available in 636 over the normally fabricated with the sections that can be joined together. Blocking and cribbing block timbers commonly used to provide foundation heavy loads of jack crabs must be with a heavy weight with a support with a heavy height greater than blocking can provide. Cribbing is made with a lining timber to tear if it's run and alter in the direction. Blocking cribbing is often necessary for the safety measure to keep an object stationary and prevent adjacent accident injury to personnel working near the heavy object. Selecting blocking foundation jacks and ensure that the sound large enough to support the load and must be filled with grease and thoroughly dry. Alright, figure 636 is a permanent metal roller conveyor, fixed surveyor. 637 example used in cribbing. Additionally, must be placed firmly on the ground. Load pressure for the distributed evenly firm level. The foundation paramount requirement of the cribbing use also equal. Critical of the bottom timbers of the place over the rest evenly firmly on the ground. Cribbing to dissolve the lifting load of the jack and shape of the perceived require with the blocking and blade with the under of the jack lifting load with the maximum height of the jack can accommodate placing the crib under the load of the alternating with no person with the under load with the lowering and the load with the under the crib. When cribbing is not high enough to correct with the height with the build up with the blocking and with the jacks until the jack lay bare against the load while with the being lowered in position. The raised jack against the maximum save with the height with the lower of the added with the cribbing. This is perceived and repeated with the many times the necessary to build with the cribbing and the desired height. Scaffolding. The term scaffold refers to temporary elevated platform support personnel with the material with the immediate usage throughout the course of the construction work. Usually on scaffold to perform various jobs which cannot be done safely to secure the place with the ladders, which will take a brief look and view of the different type of the scaffold which over the need from time to time on the job. Planking the runaway scaffold. Planking runaway scaffold shown on the consist of the single scaffold plank laid with the cross of the beam and the upper floor of the roof. The frequently used to provide the working area of the runway. Each plank should be extended from the beam to beam to no more than a few inches of the plank should extend beyond with the end of the support being short overhang with the sense of the safe practice to prevent personnel with the stepping on unsupported plank falling on from the scaffolding. Plank should be thick enough to support the load safely and apply without excessive sagging. When the planking is laid continuously on the runway, making sure the planks are laid and their ends overlap. Single plank runs and then staggered with each plank with the laying offset with the rest of the next plank to run. Swinging platform scaffold. The most commonly used this type of the swing scaffold platform is shown in figure 639. Swinging platform scaffolds consist of the frame, deck of wood slats platforms. 638 shows the planking, runway, scaffold, the plank of the beam. Supported near each of the iron rod that called stirrup that would have the lower block of the fiber line fall attached for them of the tackle arrangement permit the platform to be raised, lowered, and required tackle the platform supported by hook with the anchors on the roof of the structure. Fall of the line of the tackle must be secured to the part of the platform when in final position, prevent it from falling. So platform, scaffold, show the guardrail, flooring, toe board, iron rod, and then Alright, needle beam scaffolding. Needle beam scaffolding consists of the plank platform resting on the two pair of horizontal beam with the call of the needle beam, which are supported with the lines overhead, figure 640. Needle beam scaffold should be only for the support personnel doing light work. They are suitable for the riveting gangs working steel with the structure for the become of the frequently change with the location necessary, adaptable. The type of the scaffold, the different situations, the type of the pattern, and the independent scaffolding available, the simple and rapid assembly shown in figure 641. Scaffolding upright with the diagonal members. Alright, working with the scope of the platform, playing with the bracing, must be formed with a triangle with the base for each for the column and core with the adequate footing plate for the bearing, air for the ground with the plant near the steel scaffolding, usually for the erected place for the two uprights on the ground, insert for the diagonal member that have the edge fitting with a permit easily. The first tier that is sit on the steel base of the ground with the second tier of the plate in the same manner with the first tier of the bottom, each for the upright lock with the top of the lower tier with the third and upright with the base for the ground level, the lock, and the fourth set. First of the diagonal break for the scaffolding can be built as high as the desired height. Scaffolding should be tied with the main structure. And 640 show the needle barn scaffold. A bow and figure 640 show the assembling of prefabricated independent scaffold. The boat swing chair with the boat swing chair shown in figure 642. Comes with the heading of the scaffold is sometimes you provide seat with the person working above the ground. Seat with the bones bench chair that should be at least 2 feet long, 1 foot wide, 1¼ inch thick. And it shows the boatman chair, long 30 centimeters. Make sure that you always have the safety belt. You have the boatman chair. Safety belt should be detached to the lifeline. Secure with the fixed object with the overhead. You have the boat line. Secure with the lifeline in the person of the chair. The boatman chair should not be used only if the other means are not available to scaffold safely. When you use the scaffold safety, you give it the number one priority. Failure to preserve safety precaution can result in serious injury to yourself and co-worker. So essentially, safety measures applicable to scaffold are given in here. You give it each for the routinely think safely be a safety worker. Structural members, support, raffle, rope, scaffold equipment. Everything must be inspected carefully each of the work day before you them on the job. This review of the makeshift scaffold strictly prohibited. When a person working on a scaffold, the other person engaged directly above it. Either the scaffold must have the overhead protective covering of the workers. Lower scaffold must wear with the Navy. They approve of the protective have the purpose of providing protection against the falling material. Where upper working level is more than 12 feet above the lower hard hats worn workers on the lower level will satisfy with the requirement. Overhead protective covering consists of the roof, lumber, heavy wire screen, the heavy canvas, depending on the height involved in the covering. Should extend the sufficient distance, but it should be on the edge of the scaffold to catch for the main with the material fall over the edge of the knitting screen, but it should not be less than number 18 gauge U.S. standard wire with a mesh. Not to exceed 1/2 inch screens heavier the wire or smaller the mesh should be hex used in conditions such as number 18 wire gauge for 1/2 inch wire mesh would supply adequate protection. Personnel should not be required to work underneath the scaffold. Scaffold is erected over the passive thorough of location when person working should be provided. Side screens protective covering side screen. The screen paneling with the platform to an intermediate railing with the platform top of the railing. Scanning is formed with the number 16 U.S. standard gauge wire with 1/2 inch mass. The screen is used for the purpose of preventing material loose pile and falling off the scaffold. Safe means success that should be provided to the scaffold. Means the standard stair with the fixed ladders. Additional measure for the scaffold is properly secured with the gun swing. Personnel should not be permitted with the scaffold which are comfortable with the ice or snow with the instant of the change of the ice or from the roof of all guardrail flanking sand if otherwise protected against slipping. Work should not be permitted in the scaffold during a storm or high wind. No scaffolding should be used with the storage of the material except for the required for the immediate need of the job. The tools should be placed in the containers to prevent them from being knocked off. The containers should be secured with the scaffold by a line. Always make a special effort to ensure the tools and equipment material of the rubbish and they do not accumulate on the scaffold point where the safety movement and personnel will jeopardize. Never throw or drop object tools of the scaffold. Hand line should be used for raising lower objects when they cannot be reached easily safely by hand. Certain things there, jumping, throwing material for the scaffold platform are to be avoided at all times. Scaffolds must never be overloaded. Furthermore, whenever necessary, see if the scaffold loads are uniformly distributed and not concentrated with the center of the platform. Wire, rope, and fiber lines. Give the suspension swing scaffold should be the best quality steel with the Manila or Sicilia. Manila or Sicilia lines or lifelines should be 1/7 of an inch in circumference, and safety lifeline should be safety belts. Be the working on guard scaffolds with heights of 10 feet and above, as well as the boatman chair that explained with earlier, and working over the water and life jackets must be worn. All scaffold equipment should be maintained in a safe condition and avoid making repairs, alterations, scaffold equipment with the youth rather than taking a chance and never permit a personal damage and weaken scaffold. Fill erect hoisting devices. Because of the nature of the heavy, the construction steelworker must other times have the erect heavier and structural member to construct the pre-engineered building, piers, bridges, with many other components related to air vans, base functional components. Members are usually hosted in position with a crane, forklifts, and other construction equipment. Contingencies, combat operations, however, because of the operational commitments of the equipment may not be available. The structural members may be hoisted without use of the heavy. The equipment will not be discussed. Some of the methods which can be used the direction. We'll now discuss some of the methods that can use the direction process of the heavy. The equipment is not available. The term field erected housing device refers to the device constructed in the field to give the material available locally for the process of the hoisting. Moving the heavy loads basically with the block and tackle system arranged with the skeleton structure that consists of wooden poles, steel beams. Tackle system requires some form of machine, and it shows figure 643 says using stream trees is holding fast with the round turn and 2 half hitches. Guideline without a block, and then guideline with a block. Power and workforce actual hoisting on the reach up of the field, erecting hoisting devices should be the gym pole, the tripod with the tree with a skeleton structure with the devices anchored to hold fast. Hold fast again, gym pole shear leg with the other rigging devices held in place with the means of the guidelines anchored for the hold fast for the field work more desirable, economical hold fast for the natural up the tree, the stump of the rocks. When natural hold fast for the translation strength with the not available proper anchorage can be provided. Use the man-made hold fast that included single picket hold fast combination, picket hold fast combination, long picket hold fast, log deadman, seal picket hold fast. Natural type of the hold fast. While use the trees and some of the builders of the hold fast, the tree should always attach with the guys near the ground level, the strength of the tree, the stump of the boulder, some of the important factors for the determining suitability with the hold fast. With the ruin in the mind, never use the dead tree with the rotten some of the loose boulders with the rocks. Such hold fast unsafe will become the lift, the like line, the stamp of the slide, lip suddenly with the stream of the place for the heaven in the sky. Make it practice the last of the first tree or stumble on the second one. This will provide aid support with the guy. Rock hold fast are made with the inserting pipe with the crowbar, steel pickets for the hole drilled in solid rock, even star drill with the drill holes with the rock 1.5 to 3 feet apart. Keep them in line with the guy, but remember to drill the holes in a slight angle with the picket and lean away from the direction of the pull from about 1 to 3 feet with the deep of the rear hole with the 2 feet deep with the after drive with the picket the hole you should secure with the guide to the front with the picket the last with the picket together with the chain and wire rope to transmit. Single picket hold fast picket you with the construction of the picket hold fast made with the wood and seal with the wood picket should be at least 3 inches with the diameter 5 feet long with a single picket hold fast provided driving picket at 3 to 4 feet in the ground slanting at an angle of 15 degrees opposite of the pole. Screwing a single guideline picket that you should take it the 2 turns around the picket to have the part of the crew haul with the guy with this you take it in the slack when you have the guy to haul it. Secure the two half the hitch of the undistributed loan sole, the single pocket with a string on enough to stand on the pole about 700 pounds. Combination picket that hold the fast, picket hold the fast, give it the 2 or more picket to give it an idea of the how to. Figure 1 show the drive pipe and crowbar, seal picket the end of the holes, and 2 secure front bar with the rear with a wire frame and a rope or chain. Shows a single picket, 700 pounds, 1-to-1 combination picket, a 1-to-1 combination, a 2-to-1 combination, and a 3-to-2-to-1 combination pickets. Range pickets and construct them 1-by-1 line or 3-to-2-1 combination picket hold fast. In construction, a 1-by-1 combination figure 646 with the drive of 3 outside pickets with the 3 feet under the ground, 3 to 6 feet apart with the line with the guy, 3-to-2-1 combination drive with the group of 3 pickets into the ground, lashing them together before you secure the guy to them. The group of the 2 lash pickets follow the first group of 3 to 6 feet, followed by a single picket of 1-by-1 combination can be stand and pulled about 1,800 pounds. 3-to-2-by-1 combinations can stand about 4,000 pounds. Pickets group to lash together plus use the small stuff with the curve on every part of the picket which lash, making the combination picket hold fast strung with a single hold fast. The reason grouping and latching first cluster picketed together reinforce the point where the pole is the greatest. The way that small stuff links each of the picket to the next of the device and force both of the first picket that don't have the withstand all the trim using 12 and 15 threaded small stuff clove hitch in the top of the first picket to take it about the 4 to 6 turns around the first and the second picket going about the bottom and second to the top of the first picket. Repeat with more smaller stuff and more second and with the third picket and so on until the last picket has been secured after this pass of the stake between the two turns and small stuff of the room between each pair of the picket and make a small stuff at the top by the twisting and with a stake with no drive the stake in the ground. If your guy using the picket hold fast several days for the D with the galvanized guide wire and place the small stuff, the rain will not affect galvanized guide wire, but will also cause small stuff to shrink. If the small stuff is all out or taut, it will break over strain. Okay, one shows the driving the steel or wooden inch of the ground at 15-inch minimum with a vertical. 2 lash pickets together starting at the top of the first picket. Twist the rope and stick the drive the stick into the ground. Complete the picket. Hold fast. Still, you must use the small stuff to be true for the slack itself that becomes leaving overnight. You do not use the pulling stack with the untwist the small stuff once when replacing the stake. Combination of the log picket hold fast, the heavy load at the top of the wet earth, the earth of the combination picket that hold fast frequently, even the types of the guides, the anchor for the log, the timber, the support against the floor, the combination picket that hold fast, the timber sears of the beam must be placed on the bears of the against the front rope of the picket, the sense of the holding power of the shell, that depends on the string with the timber, the anchor line, as well as the hold fast. You must use the timber big enough, anchor line strong enough to withstand the pull of the dead man. Provides the best form of the anchors with a heavy load that consists of the log of the seam beam with a steel pipe with a similar buried object buried in the ground with a guide connected into the Simon's figure 648 with the best goes bear with a dead man suitable as the permanent anchor change when you are installing. Permanent dead man anchor with a good idea with the turnbuckle with the guide with the near of the ground to permit the slacking and tightening of the guide when necessary with the digging the hole with the well buried with the dead man. Make sure for the dead deep enough for the good bearing of the solid end ground with less on the earth. Either sure of the digging of the bear of the bearing of the surface will be. You should undercover the bank with the direction toward the guide with an angle of about 15 degrees from vertical. Creep the bearing surface the drive of the take within to the bank at several points for the dead man. Narrow inclined trench for the guide may be cut with the bank of the sheet. Lead to the center of the dead man outlet with the trench place for the short with the beam of the belt log onto the ground with the under of the guy when unscrewing the guy with the center of the dead man. See with the standing part that is in the part on the pole curve of the leads for the bottom of the log dead man. Thus, if the wire rope slips on a strand and then standing apart with a rotate log the counterclockwise direction, causing the log to dig into the trench rather than roll up and out, and see if the running end of the guy is secured properly and standing part. So here we show a combination log picket. Figure 648 shows a dead man anchor heavy load. Alright, your steel picket hold fast. Steel picket hold fast shown in figure 649. Stiff with the steel box plate with a 9-hole with the drill with the soil with the H for the steel eye welds with the end of it attaching with the guide when you install with the hold fast. The important to drive the steel picket with the holes with the touch of the man with the cover them the clinch of the ground. You will find the steel picket with the hold fast especially useful with the anchor horizontal line with the anchor club with the platoon bridge for the use of the 2 more units. The combination provides a stronger H for the single unit. Gym pole that consists of the upright mast, the wedge for the guide, for the top of the maintain with the nearly vertical position, with a suitable hoisting tack with the vertical must give the timber with the wide flame steel with the beam with the section of the railroad rail. Similar, remember the position string with the support of the load being lifted, the load can be hauled with the tackled, or by either the handing edge of the drive and the hoist with the gin pool with the predominantly either the direction work because of the ease of the will be rigid to move and operate with the suitable raising load of the medium weight. Over the heights of the 10 to 50 feet, with only vertical load required with the gym pool. Also can be used with the drag loads horizontally toward the base for the pole with the preparation vertical lift. Can be drilled with an incline more than 45 degrees vertical and 7 to 10 for the height with the pole with the gym pole suitable for the lead horizontally. Length of the thickness of the gym pole depends purposely for which of it is installed. It should be no longer than 60 times the minimum thickness to recover the tendency of the buckle with the under compression. Usable to rule out 5 feet of pole for each for the inch for the minimum thickness. The list of the value of the use of the spruce timbers for the gym poles allows the normal stress of the hoisting operation. No safety capacity. Each length shear of the strip tripod with 7 8 of the value given them the gym pole. Rigging. When rigging a gym pole, layout with the pole with the base for the exact spot with the wires to be erected for the bank provision of the guide line, tackle with the blocks, and plate for the gym pole with the cribbing of the keys. Lashing figure 650 show the lashing on the top of the gym pole with the method of the attaching guide at the end procedure as follows. Figure 649 shows a steel picket hold fast. Anchorage is provided in 9 steel pickets driven through holes in a plate. Figure 622 shows a safe capacity spruce chamber the gym pole's operation. Mega tight lashing 8 turns fiber rope with 1 foot at the top of the hole with a 2 foot center turn with an engaging hook with the upper block with the tackle secured to the ends of the lashing. Square nail the wooden cleats of the boards to the pole with flush the lower and upper side of the lashing to prevent lashing from slipping. Layout guy pole for the each 1/4 time with the length of the gym pole and the center of each for the guy rope, and show the cleat, the guidelines, glove hitch for each of the rope, the seizing, the mousing, the cleat, detail of the gym pole, seizing, cleat, mousing, snatch block. For a glove hitch over the top of the pole with the next of the tackle lashing, the issue of the guidelines are aligned with the direction of their anchors. The sheave of the lashing block with the gym pole with the base of the pole, the frame of the done with the tackle lashing with the top. Place the key above the lashing, prevent slip of the block strip with the leading block with the fall upon with the directional chain with the curve with the vertical or 2 horizontal snatch block. It is the most convenient type of used for this purpose. Reeve the hoisting tackle, reeve the block lash with the top of the pole, show that it falls and can be passed through the leading block into the base of the gym pole. The driver that's taken about 3 feet from the base of the gym pole with the rope of the tank with the base of the pole below the lashing, the leading block and near the bottom of the pole to prevent the pole from sliding while it's being erected. F. Check all the lines to be sure that there are no tangled slide. Check with all the lashing that they are made up properly and see whether all the knots are tight. And check with the hooking of the blocks to see whether they are mounted properly with the gym pole not readily erected. Erection gym pole 40 feet long can be rated easily, but longer poles must be rated in supplementary rigging and power equipment to show that the gym pole will be erected with a number of men. Depends on the number of men depends on the weight of the pole with the procedure. Follow to dig a hole 2 feet deep with the base of the gym pole, run out with the guy with their respect with the anchors with the assignment of the man. To each for the advantage of the control slack with the guideline with a round turn around with the anchor to run pole with the rave that has been done already and with the anchor for the base of the pole. It necessary for the tackle system of the rave with the low can be either raising or assisting raising the gym pole with attaching additional tackle system rear guideline, preferable attaching running block with the rear guideline tackle system. Figure 652 rear guideline in which the point is near the base of the gym pole, the fake stationary block. Then to give the rear anchor the fall line shall come out with the running block greater than the mechanical advantage of the tackle system. The tackle system is stretched to the base of the pole before the erected, prevent the choking of the tackle blocks to done with the erection in the gym pole. Do you keep the slight tension from the rear guideline on each of the side of the guideline, hold the fall line over the tackle system with 8 men more larger pole, raise the top of the pole hand until the tackle system can take control. The rear guideline must keep it under the tension to prevent the pole from swinging and throwing all the weight on one over the side of the guys. So this shows that erecting a gym pole. Shows the back guy, the 2 the power, and hold for the base. After the pole is final position approximately vertically and collided, desired to make all of the guys with the first anchor of the round turn with the 2 half hitch of the other, often advantage of the double the portion of the rope and off the half hitches. Open the lead block with the base for the gym pole with the place of the fall line with the tackle system through with the leading block is club with the gym pole with it is already even necessary to move the drift at the top of the pole with the move of the base. Should be done that there's no load on the pole and none of the guys are equipped with the tackle. Operating a gym pole is perfectly suited with the vertical lift that also for the understorm of the circumstance with the lifting, pulling, same time with the load with the being moved with the travel, the toward with the gym pole just off the ground. When you the man with the summiting in line with some of the kind of attached other end of the load with the being traveled and kept on with the tension all time the tag lines are to be used to control the loads being lifted vertically. The tag line light line fastened to one end of the load kept on with a slight tension during the hoisting. Tripods. Tripod consists of 3 legs unsecured and last secured at the top of the vane of the tripod over the rigging. Installation stability requires no guidelines to hold it in place. With disadvantage tripod load can be moved only up and down. Load capacity of tripod approximately 1.5 times of the shear of the made in the same size material. She says hosting a gym pool. Rigging there are 2 means of the lashing and tripod, either suitable provided lashing material strong enough for the material, either the lashing fiber rope, wire rope, or chain. Middle ring string with a short chain section large enough to slip over the top of the tripod legs and can be either the method described below with the fiber rope 1 inch diameter, smaller size. Since string with the tripod is effectively directly with the string with the rope, the lashing, either the motor term with the described before was below, used for the extra heavy loads, few turns can be used for light loads. Procedure for select the three masts approximately equal to the side of the plate near the top of each of the masts of the indicating the center of the lashing. Lay out two masts parallel to the top of the resting with the skid and block the third mast between the first and two with the belt, but in the opposite direction, lashing mark the three line the space in between the masts should leave 1/2 of the diameter of the spars. Leave the space between the spars of the lashing will not drum the tide with the tire pod erected. With a 1-inch mark rope, make a clove hitch of the round one outside of the mark of the 4 inches above the lashing mark. Take 8 turns of the round with the three masts and be sure to maintain the space between the masts. Making turns D, finish the lash, making the two clove flat frapping turns around the lashing each pair of the masts. Secure the end of the rope with a clove hitch. The turn of the must be able to the lashing flap. The turn should not be drawn too tight. Alternate procedure of the figure 654 can be either the cylinder poles with no more than 220 feet long or being either with some of the other means for the other hand power available to erection. Be laid with the remast parallel to each of the interval between them slightly greater. This shows the lashing for a tripod. You have the clove hitch frapping and clove hitch lashing. Space between the spars should be about 1/2 of the diameter of the spars. Figure 650 shows the alternate lashing of the tripod. Show the clove hitch. Twice the diameter rope U with the rate of the poles of the skid that end project of the skids approximately 2 feet with the butts for 3 masts on the line. See with the put a clove hitch on the outside of the leg bottom of the position lashing when occupied with the tread approximately 2 feet of the end wherever the line over the middle leg of the under of the outer leg under the middle leg over and around with the first leg. Continue the weaving and then the 8 turn finish with the clove hitch of the outer leg. 2 erecting legs of the tripod of the final position should be spread at each of the equal distance from the other. Spread should not be less than 1/2 of more than 2/3 of the length of the leg. Chain of rope or board should be used to hold the legs in position. Leading block with the fall line with the tackle should be lashed with one of the legs. Procedure as follows. Raise the tip of the top of the mast about 4 feet, keeping of the base of the leg, base of the leg with the ground. Cross the 2 outer legs of the 3 of the center leg with the rest on the top of the curve of the legs into the position. Pass the single line of the cross into the pass over the top of the center leg, the round of the other 2. Hook upper block of the tackle to the sling and mouse hook. Continue raising the tripod, pushing out the legs and lifted the center of the 8 men should be able to raise the ordinary tripod into position. When the tripod legs are final in position, play with the rope and chain lashing between the legs, hold them in from shifting. 3 erecting large tripods, insulation made necessary to break small gin pole with raised tripod into position, tripods lashed into which 3 legs laid together must be erected. Raise the top leg with the legs clearly ground with it can be spread with the guidelines. The tag line should be used in steady legs while they are being raised. The other outer legs cross with the center leg with the top cross sling for the hoisting stackle should place over the center of the leg and around the 2 outer legs of the cross. So the tripod assembled for use. Shears.